Hey everybody, welcome to Friday. Actually, that's the big announcement for today is that we made it to Friday. So congratulations, you guys worked hard this week. You should be proud of everything that you've done and welcome in the weekend and maybe have a little different change of pace, different little change of schedule. The other thing that I wanted to tell you is that we are going to be having strategy time today at 1 o'clock. This isn't optional. We would love to see as many of you as possible because it's always great to see your faces, and I know that everybody wants to see each other. So if you want to join us, that would be great. We're going to play a game called Pico Ferme. If you're not familiar with that game, we will teach you. It's a little like Mastermind, so it's kind of fun and it will engage us in using our strategy skills and also get to see each other. So that'll be good. For LA, you have 3 journal entries due today. Make sure when you turn those in, you go ahead and click them. Click in that upper right-hand corner to submit so that the journal entry goes right with the assignment. That helps it keep organized on my end and helps me keep track of where everything is. If you can't do it that way, no big deal. Some of you are good taking pictures of your journal entries because you're doing them in your actual journal, and that is fine too. IXL G 1 and 2 is going to be assigned for today. It's about point of view and comparing texts. I think that it will be pretty easy for you. Some of you might have actually even started that prior to us going on break. I believe I assigned it one other time. So you may actually be finished with that if you've already worked on it. The compare and contrast assignment with the Bird Baylor books will be due on Monday. That's an opportunity to practice writing those comparison paragraphs. You just have to write 2 of them. You're going to choose 2 different story elements, write 2 different paragraphs, comparing and contrasting across the 3 books that we read. A reminder that one of your note set is in your spiral about the first book that we read, which was Your Own Very Best Secret Place. And then you have class responses for The Other Way to Listen and One Small Blue Bead. And those are in the LA tab. And then each of you have your own book 3 work to work on. So keep reading those pages that we talked about. Some of you are finished. You may start thinking about ideas, what you would like to compare and contrast as we get into that next week. So we'll talk more about the actual book presentation that you're going to be doing next week and kind of get into the details of that. So for math, today both groups are going to be building off the concepts that were covered in yesterday's Zoom meeting with Scott. Group A, you're going to be working on finding percent of a number. To help you out, Scott's linked 3 short videos to show you how to find the percent of a number. Please watch the videos as a review of what was covered yesterday, and then complete the IXL section about finding percent of a number. And the workbook pages that go along with it are page 63 and 64. So that's for Group A. If you're in Group B, you're going to be working on combinations. And there's a video lesson and then an IXL section on combinations that Scott would like you to complete before finishing the workbook problems for section 11.3. So I believe that you covered those in your Zoom meeting yesterday with Scott. For theme science, you know it's all things wolves. There's articles and websites that are posted and some new readings about the hierarchy within wolf packs among some of the websites that you can explore to your heart's content. And there's tons more information. With the project that we're coming up to, the more information you have, I think the more exciting and engaging you'll find the project. So also, Scott created some video with clips from the movie Never Cry Wolf. You may have watched that on your own, and if you haven't, it's a great movie. But he put together a series of clips that you should check out. As we said in yesterday's video, we've given you 3 movies or documentaries to watch this week. And if you haven't watched them all yet, please do that by the end of this weekend. It just will really help you be ready for what we're going to do next week. They're interesting videos, and it's interesting to learn about wolves. It's something that your whole family maybe could do together if you're looking for something to do. And next week, we're going to have a Zoom call with the education director at the Endangered Wolf Center, who just right outside of St. Louis. She's going to show us some of the tools that they use while they're studying the wolves, as well as give you a chance for some question and answer session. So we'll have our very own wolf expert that you'll get to talk to. So be thinking maybe in the back of your mind questions that you have about wolves. What does a wolf sanctuary do in just outside of St. Louis? What are those people responsible for? It's a great opportunity to connect with someone who's really in the field. And if you have not done your Genius Hour worth of time this week, you should go ahead and put that in today, continuing to work forward on your progress and beginning to answer all those, actually, the initial driving question that you have. And by now, you probably are finding all kinds of different diverging paths that you didn't realize that you were going to be learning about. So it's an exciting time for Genius Project. And then the specialist of the day today is PE. So check out what Doug has on the PE section of his Google Classroom. I know he's eager to hear from you guys. So if you feel like you want to comment on anything, he would love to hear what's going on with you related to PE. In fact, that's something that all the specialists said, is because they don't get to see you in the same way that Scott and I do. They would love to hear from you if you have any comments or feedback for them about what's going on with you. They would love to hear that. So again, happy Friday, and hopefully we'll see you today at 1 o'clock for strategy time. Bye-bye, y'all.